Royals and the CHITWAN RHINOS at number 2 and number 3. Two very formidable sides. The overseas recruits performing as well for them. Captains as well, very mercurial in their approach. And what you really want to see from the SUDURPASCHIM Royals is the kind of consistency they've brought across all departments. They look strong across all lines, HD. Is there a chink in the armour?
We haven't seen it yet, have we? Extremely well led by Dipendra Singh Eri. Often I see that Andrew Leonard's getting a few more words out of him at the toss, though, because he has been someone that's been very quiet. He leads from the front, brilliant with bat. We haven't seen him bowl a lot, but he can offer there as well. Exceptional in the field. They just seem hungry. You know, a side that has all bases covered can sometimes be a bit lazy in the field, but they really seem hungry for victory in every single game that they play.
Yeah, you talk about the hunger. Well, SUDURPASCHIM Royals have made winning so much a habit that they've had convincing wins. The last game as well, they looked their part and just showed that they can go out there and have a person for every reason and every season as well. We'll take a look at that match summary as well, what happened. The SUDURPASCHIM Royals played a quick look at this particular game. It was match number 12. They were playing the Lumbini Lions. I really feel for them because they have struggled. But there you can see the numbers on the board. 187 for 4 with the bat.
And it's probably a little bit unfair that we always pay attention to Dipendra, but he's that type of guy. But how good was Zaid, the Englishman? But bat and with ball, his 90 obviously instrumental in them going on for victory. I do like the man from Scotland. I know that, you know, we like to focus a little bit on the local guys, and they've done exceptionally well over the course of the whole tournament. But McMullen looks like a real player as well. This is just Zaid, I think, in full flow. Scores all around the wicket, gets on bended knee, can sweep slot, and then very effective with the ball.
Yeah, he started off this tournament as a middle order batter, then gets the promotion, has an off day as an opener, but then he comes back to just play an absolute whirlwind innings of 90 in 50 odd deliveries, rather 60. And what was so nice about him is that he didn't really play, you know, crazy shots. He played cricketing shots to get to those 90 runs. Sometimes you talk about the slog, sweeps and all of that. No, it was all elegance, all class and all carnage. And he added 3 wickets to the tally as well with that batting effort of his. So that's why you have to have these multi-dimensional players. And if your opener can get that going, it certainly augurs well for the side.
Yeah, we were having that discussion on air a little bit earlier, myself and Andrew Leonard, about having all-rounders. It's all very well picking an all-rounder because he can bat a little and bowl a little.
McMullen for that matter.
Well, hang on, is that those players often don't win you games, in that you need to have someone that is exceptional with the bat and that makes the team as a batter and who can offer the ball. In other words, these guys aren't bits and pieces players. These are proper all-rounders. Zaid looks like a proper all-rounder, and so does McMullen.
Yeah, you talk about the batters getting the runs, but it's the bowlers as well who stood up for the SUDURPASCHIM Royals. 29 wickets in the 3 matches, HD. That says a lot about the appetite and the hunger, the depth in the bowling, the options, the variety as well.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit earlier now to Harsh Thakkar around the fact that everyone's got to have a turn to win you games. Right at the top, Abhinish Bahara with his little medium trundlers has been very effective on these pitches, hasn't he? Yes, then you get McMullen. Kugalan at the top has got the extra pace, and he knocks people over inside those power plays. Again, this is what they've done well, which other teams have struggled to do, is get wickets inside those power plays. They often have teams 3, 4 down, and if you have that inside the power play, makes life easy for your batters.
Yeah, and talk about Narendra Saud, 5 for 19 on debut, the left-arm spinner. What a moment he had as well for himself. And then you get to see Saif Ali Zaib as well coming in and just adding wickets to the tally. Certainly, the SUDURPASCHIM Royals have all bases covered, looks like.
I think they're a difficult team to beat. Look, I think Nepal have got thousands and thousands of left-arm spinners. They're coming out of every avenue here in Kathmandu. So it's no surprise that there's one within the Royals ranks as well. Hard side to beat, but if anyone's going to do it, could be the Rhinos, because they've got some bowlers as well.
Oh yes, they do have some bowlers, and Sohail Tanveer will be eager to go out there and get some wickets. They started off winning both their games. Just the last game is where they faced a blip against the Karnal Yaks, but otherwise CHITWAN RHINOS as well have a lot of overseas players who've done the job, and some top order batters as well who are getting it going for them as well. Just one blip. You don't want to read too much into their performance. You want to believe they still can go across and, you know, put up a good show today as well.
Yeah, they didn't bat well against the Yaks, did they? They really struggled. They only got 130 for 7. That was the problem. But it's their bowling that nearly pulled them out of trouble. I mean, there was no ways that the Rhinos should have gone on and won this game. Yes, the Yaks got over the line, but they crawled over the line thanks to the bowling attack that the Rhinos have.
Yeah, actually, I need to ask you this question. Does it look like there's a bit of an over-dependency on Ravi Bopara factor in the middle order?
At the moment, yes, but I'm sure that there are other players who will stand up. They will need to if they're going to go further in this tournament. You can't be too reliant on one overseas player. We've seen the teams that have done well have actually had strong performances from their local players.
Yeah, we did have a chat with Harsh Thakur some time back. He now has 8 wickets, but the man who's leading the pack, Sohail Tanvir, 5 wickets for him, 3 wickets in another game, 8 wickets for him as well. He's certainly getting that experience and troubling batters up front. Most of the opening batters have not been able to negate him that well. We'll take a look at the top wicket takers for the Chitwan Rhinos. Sohail Tanvir, 8. Richard Dikal, we can't really take much away from him. He's been equally wonderful complimenting Sohail Tanvir.
What I like about Dakal at the top there with Tanvir is they're both left armers, and I just think the amount of experience and knowledge that Tanvir will pass on to that local young left arm quick is going to be immense. I think he's already said it, yes off camera, yes off the field, he said that Tanvir has been amazing. He was exceptional when he got that 3-for. He swung it prodigiously back into the right-handers. Kushal Mala there with 2. He's a much better spinner than people give him credit for, and he's the name that I was looking for that needs to give Ravi Bapara some help with the bat in hand.
Yes, he'll have to add some runs and add some partnerships. He's looked good with the bat, and he's also come good with the ball, but he'll have to really step things up. All right, so what's the decision at the toss? Sometime back, Andrew Leonard was both the captains for match number 15.
Okay, time for the toss in the afternoon game on a sensational Sunday here at the NPL. We've got our captains alongside me. It's going to be the Rhinos against the Royals, Kushal Malla, Dipendra Singh Ari and Mr. Mohammed Shafiq. Dipendra, I think you've got the coin. Give it a toss. Heads. Heads is the call.
And it is head.
It is a head.
Batting first. Head.
Kushal, stay there. You've won the toss. What are you going to do and why, please?
We're gonna bat first because we don't know how he's gonna behave in second innings.
You won your first 2 games, defeat in the last one, narrow defeat. How important does that make today's game?
Yeah, we nearly win the game, last games, but I think it's a new game and new challenge. Hope for the better result.
Okay, any changes to your starting 11 today?
Yeah, 2 change. Sarath is out and Ranjit is in, and Luke is out and Hassan is in.
Kushal, good luck as always, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay, Dipendra, they are going to bat first. What would you have done?
अब बलिङ गर्छौँ अब राम्रो स्कोरमा तिनीहरूलाई रोक्ने र चेज गर्ने
Ikdam Ramro. You've had a brilliant tournament so far, the Royals and you yourself. Are you enjoying this MPL?
या इन्जोय गरिरहेको छु एकदमै धेरै र एनपिएल पनि एकदमै राम्रो भइरहेछ र इन्जोय गरिरहेको छौँ.
Little shout for those Royals fans, they've been amazing.
जहिले पनि सपोर्ट गर्नुभएको छ, अझै सपोर्ट गरिराख्नु. हामी फाइनल जितेर ल्याउनेछौँ.
Finally, what about your team today? Any changes?
Yeah, one change. Basant is out and Dilpreet is in.
Okay, best of luck. Looking forward to seeing Dilpreet Badra. That's the news from the toss. The Chitwan Rhinos, they won the toss. They're going to have a bat first.
Yeah, it's ended up being a tricky surface in game number 14. What will it dish out in game number 15? 2 changes for the Chitwan Rhinos and 1 change for the SUDURPASCHHIM Royals. You can see that change there as well. Dilpreet Bajwa coming in for Bipin Khatri, and for the Chitwan Rhinos, the 2 changes that we'll be talking about is quite literally Hassan Esakil up front, right on top, the opener getting back his spot.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that Luke Benkenstein misses out because he's quite useful as a leg spinner, to be honest. Esakil hasn't done much yet with bat in hand, but he is a powerful striker. Maybe they feel they need to strengthen that at the top of the order. Watch out for Jan Nicole Lofty-Eaton. He's got 100 at this ground before. Very dangerous in the middle order. He's going to have to be extremely dangerous if the Rhinos are going to get those runs on the board to compete with the Royals.
Yeah, the other change there being Ranjit Kumar for the Chitwan Rhinos. Yeah, Lofty-Eaton looked very good in that short stay of his in that last game as well. So a lot is expected now that the Chitwan Rhinos are batting first. They'll need some more heroes to emerge out. You don't want to go to the usual suspects every time, HD.
No, you don't. And it's nice to see as well that there's another associate player that comes in here in Dilpreet Bajwa from Canada. He got a brilliant 100, the only 100 scored in the GT20, which was earlier on in the year in very difficult conditions. The pitch in Brampton, Canada didn't play particularly well, and he was absolutely superb. So a lovely acquisition for the Royals.
Right, just coming to the square, the surface, we've seen 191 being chased, we've seen 130 being defended. What are your thoughts on the surface?
I do think that even though it's the same pitch, I do think that plays differently from the morning to the evening. I know Harsh said that it was, Harshtaka said it was a little bit on the dry side. But we've all chatted to the curator, and he puts a little bit of water on it late in the evening, and we know the temperatures never get too high. So I think that the surface is a little bit damp first thing in the morning. The ball grips on it, and it turns, and it makes batting harder. Once the sun comes out, and they truly are beautiful, beautiful days here. Once we get past 10:30, 11 o'clock, sensational afternoons. I think it gets easier to bat and easier to bat. Kushalmala won the toss, going to have a bat first. I think the reason behind that, though, is because he fancies his bowling lineup to be able to defend absolutely anything. But I tell you what, not against that Royals side. You can't go get 130 and defend it against the Royals, because they've got a good batting lineup. They're going to need to post something significant.
Yeah, quite certainly. Scott Kugelheim on top. You have Binod Bandari who's been getting them the starts as well. That's a formidable opening pair. There's been a match winner for SUDURPASCHIM Royals in practically every game. Then you have Dipendra Singh Airi always at one end, holding fort, getting the sixes at will. So this is a side that is ready for every situation in the tournament so far.
That's what we've chatted about over and over, in that if you're going to win this competition, there's a couple of factors. Number one, you don't want to have one good performer in every game. You want a different performer in every game, so that when you get to those knockout phases, everyone feels as though they're in form. So a different match winner every game. And then last but not least, I think you want some really strong local performances. So maybe today we see the very best of Kushalmala, because I tell you what, I watched him get that 100 in the Asian Games against Mongolia. It was brutal.
And maybe the very best of Sohail Tanvir. That's because each time he's performed, Rhinos have won. 5 wickets, Rhinos won. 3 wickets, Rhinos won. But the time he's been wicketless, the Rhinos have lost. How important is the wickets up front in his 4 overs?
Well, if he gets a little bit of swing up front, he's very dangerous. If you've never played against him before, because of his unique action, he can be very dangerous. But the opposition know, sorry about the reiteration, but the opposition know that he's very dangerous. So they tend to look after him a little bit. They don't try and take him for too many, because they know that they can catch up later on.
Right. We're all set for game number 15. The players are making their way to the middle. You can hear the roar in the stadium as well. And it's just the right time to toss across to Monali Patel and Sridharan Sriram. Take it away, Monali.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and great analysis of the game that's coming up and the game that's gone. It's going to be another ripper here, as it's SUDURPASCHIM Royals taking on the CHITWAN Rhinos. The Rhinos winning the toss and choosing to have a bat first as the 2 openers walk out to the middle. Sriram, your thoughts on this toss and the decision behind it?
See, thanks for putting me in on the spot straight away. But see, I'm not surprised, given how the ball spun in the morning. That would have definitely influenced the decision. But really, Monali, the surface is not going to change in 40 overs. Whatever you do, you've got to do well. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't think the toss has played such a vital role in the decision of any game. It's just about how the teams can execute their skill. In 40 overs, the surface is not going to change dramatically.
But this is the most turn that we've seen so far here at the Nepal Premier League. This morning, the ball turning square for a lot of the spinners. We saw so much spin action in that first game as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the guys who were more dangerous were Lalit Rajbanshi and the bowlers who had the quality. Harshtaka bowled extremely well. I think there is plenty on offer if you've got the quality as a bowler. And you will still see quality shine through at the end of the day. If you've got the quality of the batter, you can make runs. And if you've got the quality as a bowler, you can make inroads. Happy to see Hassan Ezekiel, son of Mohammad Nabi, the famous Afghan cricketer. He's in place of Luke Benkenstein. Hassan can also bowl leggies, mind you. So it's a like-to-like replacement, kind of. But it's up against the very experienced and an informed Scott Kugelheim, who's bowled really well in this competition. 5 wickets in the 4 games. Economy, look at that, under 6. 3 for 30, his best. In he comes.
Walking down the track, first ball, he does beat the fielder and off the mark. Harky, I like what I'm seeing out there from him. Wants to take the attack to Scott Kugelheim.
Oh, brave. You like it, but it's extremely brave from Karki. Yeah, off the mark, CHITWAN Rhinos.
just outside the edge. Cowell's gonna have to wait to get off the mark, but you just hear the roar every time the bowler's coming in. The atmosphere is palpable here.
A terrific delivery. Good channel, good length. Not much footwork from Hassan Ezekiel.
He slapped that across the offside, and he is going to find the boundary. Short and width on offer, and he makes the most of it.
Yeah, that's what you come to expect from Hassan Ezekiel. Short and wide, but yeah, he doesn't hold back, Hassan Ezekiel. It's only his second ball, but he throws the kitchen sink. A Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G. What's Kugeline's response going to be?
Very limited on footwork again. Anything that's full and outside that off stump seems to be quite stuck in his crease. We had a really interesting conversation about that this morning, and the basis behind the footwork. We've got Bismillah Janshinwari, one of our on-field umpires. He's been exceptional so far here at the the Nepal Premier League.
He's always early to dinner. I see him in the restaurant.
You're right. Rashid Riaz, the leg umpire. And it's a long day for the umpires. They got to get in there and have their dinner as well.
It did only one game, remember? We do both. It's a longer day for us.
And TV umpire, Mr. Vinay Kumar Jha. Tough job for the men who've got to make all these tough decisions.
Thankless job, no doubt about it. A terrific experience for all of them as well to umpire in front of such a big crowd. He's working up good pace. He's caught Kugeline. Terrific first over. 5-0 loss, the Rhinos.
Refresh. बनाउँछ भित्रैबाट फ्रेश. Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
On Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Scott Kugeline, who's just had a fantastic first over. Very excited to see the Canadian Dilpreet Bajwa. And for the Rhinos, Ravi Bopar has been consistent. Kushal Malla, the captain as well, doing very well so far on the side. And Sultan Beer, we cannot forget him. Wicket taker, game changer. Spoken about McMullen, and here he is with the ball. 5 wickets so far in the 4 matches. Best of 3 for 21. Pushed into the covers. They're going to get back for 2.
Yeah, compliments Scott Kugeline at the other end. It's McMullen. He's a steady line and length bowler. Scott Kugeline works up good pace. So they complement each other with the new ball. This is a good push from Santosh Karki. Firm, completely different opening pair here for the Rhinos from last game.
This time it's driven with more conviction, and it does find the boundary rope. Excellent looking stroke.
Yeah, Karki is opening in the first game. He didn't bat in the previous game at all. It was Deepak Bohra and Luke Benkenstein who opened the batting. They've got a new pair this time. And lovely shot. Pitched up, floated, little bit of swing, but he went through the shot. Lovely looking cover drive.
Smart cricket this. Picked up a boundary, worked into the leg side, get off the strike.
Yeah, the batting. You seem to be very influential in this league, Monali. Barrage of Canadians attacking the Nepal Premier League. One more today, Dilpreet Bajwa. Can't believe it.
You cannot say it like that. I've got zero influence in the players department.
The little bird tells me otherwise.
I would be wrong if I said that I'm not happy to see the Canadians, and all the Canadians who are here are deserving of a spot here. They're one of the best that we have.
Yeah, we saw Harsh Thakur changing the game. What a terrific performance from him. 5 for 23. He was brought in late into the attack, but he's responded so well. Bowling that last over, never easy.
Yeah, it was a really good chat as well that he had with HD and Mikhail. The reason that chat really stood out to me was he's one of the youngsters who's come through the Canadian system, but he speaks very well and very maturely. He understands the game and he understands his game.
Do you have a system?
We do have a system. We do have a pathway for the players. We've got a great junior program. In fact,